We're going to try to show you how to weave a triangle in the multi-style with the 3 pins. Now this is the finished one. The bias is on the hypotenuse, so if you decide to weave this way, you need to keep that in mind. Okay, I'm using some yarn that I can't find the end. There it is. Fingering weight. It's light enough to show. Okay, we need to start with a slip knot over the 2 pins, just like on the square. Okay, you'll come around the 2 next to it. These are the 4 pins on the corner. You skip one up on this end and around 2. Then down, skip one here, around those 2. Continue that way, skipping one on both sides. It's a little twiddly here in the corner, but you just continue in the same way. Then you go round this pin, round the one above it, and over. It'll be the second one, counting the corner pin, and around the next 2. Then back. Okay, this time you're going around the empty pin and the one next to it. Skip one, around 2. You're skipping the second filled one, go around the empty one and the one next to it. It's a little awkward doing this. Hope I'm staying in camera range. Put my finger there so I don't pull it off as fast as I put it on, holding it at this angle. If you're not trying to keep in camera range, you can do this easier. Okay, again we're getting to the fiddly part, but just continue in the same way. Round 2. Okay, now we come around this corner here, going around these 2 and around the first one on the hypotenuse, or second, I guess. Okay, down. You'll see that your yarn trail will run between the 2 previous ones in that same direction. Okay, round 2, so you're up again between 2. Alright, now we're going to fill the gap. It'll be between the 2 that have nothing in between. So you fill the gap, you back down to the bare one, or the empty one, and around 2, up, fill the gap, back, round 2, continue on. If your yarns start running together like that, you know you've done something wrong, so go back and straighten them out. Fill the gap. Down. Back up. The last gap. Okay, now we're ready to measure our yarn and weave. So, measure your yarn by wrapping it around your triangle, just like you do your square. I'm going to go 4 times. I think that's a little much, but it'll give us plenty to play with here. Did I write it? No, I didn't. Okay. What I do, and I didn't do this time, is to take a Sharpie and write the number of wraps on the back of the loom there. That way the information is always where you need it. Some of you could probably remember these things, but okay. Get that needle threaded. Okay, now we start the weaving just like on the square. So you go over, under, across. You can tell which ones need to be over and which ones are under because they're the opposite of the row above it. There's really only one tricky part of this, which we'll come to here in a minute. Other than that, it's pretty much just like the square. Okay, pull that through. Okay. Now, start again, always over this outside one, of course, under, and you can tell you're doing right because it'll be opposite of the other rows. Where they go over, you go under. Okay, now we reach this point. It seems like you would go under here, but if you do that, you're going to have loose loops. So what you have to do is come over to this little teeny triangle here and go over, whoops, over, and then under on the wrong side of the nail, or what appears to be the wrong side of the nail. Okay, pull that through. And when you go back, you're going again, you're going to catch this one. So you're weaving over under when you catch this one. This keeps this loop fastened down a little. And then you just continue in that same way. Do one more. All the way across. I really prefer doing this diagonally, like the quilt weaver looms, but and you don't get the scalloped edge that way, but you still have the same number of loops, so it matches. Okay, we go on the wrong side of the nail, and this little bitty over under here. Okay. Weave back, catch your loop, and go over under. That's all there is to it. When you're done, just pull it off and you'll have your little triangle.